Porn is silently destroying your confidence, your relationships, and your ambitions, and you don't even realize it. Every time you open that tab, click that link, or let yourself indulge, just for a moment, you're trading long-term fulfillment for short-term pleasure. But what if I told you it's not harmless? What if I told you it's rewiring your brain, killing your drive, and keeping you stuck in a cycle you can't escape? Today, we're talking about why you need to stop watching porn, and, more importantly, what you can do instead to take back control of your life. Let's be honest. When you watch porn, it feels harmless. It's just you and a screen, right? No one gets hurt. It's your private escape from stress, boredom, or loneliness. But the truth is, this habit is taking a bigger toll on your life than you think. Here's how. First, it's destroying your mental health. Porn hijacks your brain's reward system. Every time you watch it, your brain releases a surge of dopamine, that feel-good chemical. It feels incredible in the moment, but over time, it dulls your brain's ability to feel pleasure from normal activities. Things that used to excite you, your goals, hobbies, even real relationships, start to feel boring in comparison. Second, porn fuels loneliness and isolation. Watching it gives you the illusion of intimacy, but it's fake. It doesn't fill the void. It deepens it. The more you rely on it, the harder it becomes to connect with real people. Porn trains your brain to seek instant gratification instead of building meaningful, lasting relationships. And let's not forget motivation and productivity. Watching porn regularly kills your ambition. You waste precious energy chasing cheap pleasure, and you lose sight of your goals. You know you have potential. You know you want more out of life. But every time you give in, you're stepping further away from the person you could be. Think about it. How many hours have you lost? How many moments of real connection or progress have been traded for a quick fix that leaves you feeling empty afterward? Porn isn't harmless. It's a trap, a cycle that keeps you stuck, and the longer you stay in it, the harder it is to break free. Let's talk about why stopping feels so hard. Because if you've ever tried to quit watching porn, you know it's not as simple as just deciding to stop. And that's not entirely your fault. Here's what's happening. Your brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. It's part of survival. But in today's world, pleasure is everywhere, especially when it comes to porn. When you watch porn, your brain releases a flood of dopamine, the chemical that makes you feel good. The problem is, it's unnatural. It's way more dopamine than you'd get from healthy activities like exercise, achieving a goal, or even real intimacy. And the more you watch, the more you build a tolerance. Your brain starts needing more stimulation just to get that same rush. You're no longer satisfied with the same content or the same level of excitement. That's why it feels like you're spiraling into more extreme or frequent consumption. Now here's the scary part. Over time, your brain literally rewires itself. It weakens the part responsible for discipline, focus, and long-term planning. Your ability to resist urges gets weaker. Your ability to feel pleasure from simple, meaningful things like relationships or success starts to fade. So you're stuck in a loop, craving porn, watching it, feeling temporary satisfaction, then shame and guilt, followed by another craving. It's a cycle, and it's designed to keep you hooked. But here's the good news. Your brain can change back. Just like it adapted to unhealthy patterns, it can rewire itself for better habits and real fulfillment. But first, you have to make the choice to break free. Imagine waking up every morning with clarity, energy, and motivation to actually live your life. That's what happens when you quit porn. Here's the truth. When you stop flooding your brain with artificial pleasure, your mind starts to heal. Dopamine levels return to normal, and suddenly, real-life experiences feel enjoyable again. Think about this. You'll regain your focus. Tasks that once felt impossible, you'll crush them because your brain isn't constantly distracted by cravings. Your energy will skyrocket. Instead of wasting time and draining yourself in front of a screen, you'll feel motivated to hit the gym, start that project, or build something meaningful. Your confidence will grow. Without the shame and guilt that porn brings, you'll start seeing yourself differently. You'll carry yourself with pride, knowing you're in control of your life. And let's talk about relationships. When you quit porn, you'll start seeing people as they really are, not as objects for pleasure, but as human beings with emotions, dreams, and worth. You'll connect more deeply. You'll form bonds that are real and fulfilling. You'll also notice that little things, like a walk outside, a good conversation, or a moment of peace, feel satisfying again. It's because you're no longer numb. Your brain can finally experience joy the way it was meant to. So here's the bottom line. Quitting porn isn't about losing something. It's about gaining everything you've been missing. Your focus, your drive, your confidence, and your ability to create a life you're proud of. Does it sound hard? Of course it does. But the benefits are worth it. Because when you take back control, you'll realize how much potential you've been sitting on all along. Now that you understand why quitting porn is so important, the big question is, what should you do instead? How do you break the cycle and take control of your life? Here are 4 actionable steps to get started. Step 1. Find your why. You need a strong reason to quit, something that keeps you motivated when the urge strikes. Maybe you want to build a better relationship, achieve your goals, or simply feel proud of yourself again. Write it down. Look at it every single day. Step 2. Replace the habit. You can't just stop watching porn and do nothing. You need to replace that habit with something better, something that builds you up instead of tearing you down. Here are a few ideas. Start exercising. Hit the gym, go for a run, or do push-ups when the urge hits. Physical activity releases dopamine naturally and builds your confidence. Work on a passion project. Whether it's learning a skill, starting a side hustle, or writing that book you've always wanted to, focus your energy on creating something meaningful. Connect with real people. Spend time with friends, family, or new communities where you can form real bonds and connections. Step 3. Remove triggers. Set yourself up for success by removing the things that tempt you. Install website blockers. Put your phone or laptop in another room when you're alone. Be honest with yourself. If certain situations or stressors lead you to porn, find ways to avoid or handle them better. Step 4. Take it one day at a time. You don't need to be perfect. Focus on making it through today, then tomorrow, and the next day. Over time, those small wins will turn into big changes. And remember this, every time you resist the urge, you're training your brain to get stronger. You're proving to yourself that you're in control, not the habit. Replace porn with purpose. Replace shame with progress. And replace quick, empty gratification with real, lasting fulfillment. So the next time you feel the urge, stop and ask yourself, is this really helping me become the person I want to be? Then choose something better. Here's the truth you can't ignore. You have a choice. Right now, you can decide to keep living in this cycle of guilt, frustration, and wasted time. Or you can make a change. Imagine yourself 30 days from now, free from the pull of porn, full of energy, clear-headed, and driven toward your goals. Picture waking up proud of who you're becoming, because you chose growth over comfort, discipline over indulgence, and freedom over addiction. It won't be easy, but nothing worthwhile ever is. You'll have days where you struggle, where the urge feels overwhelming. But every time you say no, you're building a stronger, better version of yourself. So here's my challenge to you. Start today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now. Block the sites. Delete the apps. Get out of that chair and do something, anything, that moves you toward the life you actually want to live. Because you're capable of so much more than you think. The moment you stop letting porn control you is the moment you take back your life. So ask yourself this. Who do you want to be? The person stuck in a cycle or the person who breaks free and becomes unstoppable? The choice is yours. Start now. Your future self will thank you